thank you for watching. In this video, we're going to go over a return, how to create a return, and process that through the system. So there's a little bit of information you need to even start a return. You need the customer's PO number, an invoice number, a sales order number, something that can lead you to that original sales document. Say in this case, the customer has the invoice. I'll show you a copy of what the invoice looks like for the customer. They would have the invoice number here at the top, which you can use to navigate to the sales order. They have customer's purchase order number here. If you have any of these numbers, you can find your invoice. Once we have that number, or the PO number, let's say for this case we want to have the customer's PO number. We can go to NetSuite. This is just from our dashboard in the top. Put that in our search bar, and it shows us our invoice and our sales order. In this case, we want to go to the sales order to create a return. Not the invoice, but the sales order. Once we go to the sales order, we'll have a button that says Authorize Return. And it has to be in this build status for this button to show. And it has items on this ticket. Say in this case they're only returning the first item here. I'm going to go ahead and click Authorize Return. And it's going to auto-create our return. Now see our return here is started. If the customer has a new PO they want to use for their return, you can add it here or leave it the same if that's what they require. Memos. In this case, we're only returning that first item, so we go ahead and click this item and we can remove it. If the customer is paying a restocking fee for the item, you have to calculate that in your price here. So let's say the customer is being charged a restocking fee of 20%. So we'll take our cost here for the customer, 472.25 times 0.2 would be less $94.45 minus 472.25, which would give us a positive value of 377.80. So we go ahead and change that here. 80. Okay. We want to add a memo line to let the customer know that that item is charged a 20% restocking fee. And we can type that here. You can set these up to where they auto-populate, but this one we had to type it in manually. This will show up when they get the return authorization. So once you do that, you calculated your 20% restocking fee. This is the price that this price here is what accounting will refund. You can go ahead and save it to generate the return authorization. At this point, it will bring the item into a receiving status. So at this point, you can print it, which this is the RMA you'd want to give to your customer. You'd give this to the customer and say when your driver returns the part, have them give this return authorization to the warehouse manager. And when the warehouse manager receives this, he will know exactly what to do with it. So once it's done, it's pending receipt. So when the warehouse manager receives this return authorization, RMA 216, he'll be able to go in and receive it. And I'll show how the warehouse manager receives that purchase order, the return authorization in the next video. Thank you.